Hi everyone, welcome back to another crochet and chat video. I am at this stage calling it look around and find out. In the last video in this series, someone suggested that name and I thought that was pretty brilliant, so that's what I'm going to go with. Thank you to whoever that was. I can't remember your username off the top of my head, and even if I could, you didn't really consent to be put on blast in this video, so I'm not going to do that to you, but thank you nonetheless. Well, first of all, I want to say happy Pride Month to everyone because it is the 1st of June as of recording this, so I should have worn my ace, shouldn't I? Honestly, that's a little bit cool because it's got the mesh panels, and we're in winter as of today. It is officially the start of winter, so it's a little bit cool, so I probably don't want to be wearing that anyway. And also, just before we dive into today's video, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone for your love on my previous video, Friday's video, which as of recording this came out last night. My nephews were involved in helping me make that one, and they loved it. They had such a good time because I filmed that, I think it was the previous weekend or a couple of days before that, so I sort of had a week and a half to work on the video in total. And ever since they helped me record, well, straight away I was like, are you putting it on YouTube now? I'm like, no, I have to edit it first and then it's going to go up Friday. And then every day leading up to Friday, have you put the video up yet? Have you put the video up yet? So they were constantly asking about it, and they saw it. They saw all your lovely comments. So just thank you to everyone who liked, who commented. They are very appreciative. Too appreciative. Now all they want to do is help me make more YouTube videos, which I'll give them the opportunity to do at some point, but we're going to rein that in a little bit. It's not going to be a thing every week. You hear that, boys? It's not going to be a thing every week. On to what this video is actually supposed to be about. I am currently making a granny hexagon cardigan, and I will be making several of these over the course of the next couple of weeks to, let's be honest, it's probably going to be several months, but I will be making several of these. I already have behind me here, I have 2 sleeves in this yarn completed and 2 sleeves in the darker green completed. I am working on white. I will be making a black one, a second white one, and also there is this one here that I started, but I sort of forgot that I started it because the container that it's in ended up buried under some other yarn, and I just forgot. And because I forgot, I started the white one. So I'm going to finish this one first, and then I'll get on to working with this one. And the idea behind this project, or what will be a series of projects, is I want to use up some of my yarn stash that is just lying around. But the secondary goal is to customize these. So each one of these will eventually be its own video. And in that video, I am going to customize the granny hexagon cardigans in a different way each time. You may have seen in some of my previous videos that occasionally I'll wear a black and sort of neon rainbow hexagon cardigan that I crocheted. You may have even seen the original video where I made that granny hexagon cardigan, but I really thoroughly enjoyed making that project, customizing the hexagon cardigan to suit my taste, and I kind of want to do that again. And I've had several different ideas for ways I can go about that, and because I've got the yarn lying around, I thought, why not just give them all a go? So yeah, that is what I plan to do. But before I actually get to that customization stage, I do need to make the cardigans themselves. So I've just been working on this, chipping away at it over the last couple of months. It's been a real bummer that I can't crochet as much as I would like, just because of, ongoing health stuff, but you do what you can. I'm just taking my time, and sort of in between other projects, when I get a little bit of a break and I'm feeling up to it, I'll just crochet a couple of rounds of each of my granny square hexagons. I'll just crochet a couple of rounds, I'll set it down, I'll come back to it later. There's no real timeline for these projects, so I'm not in any sort of rush. I'll just go at my own pace and do what I can. So that is one thing that I'm going to be working on long term for the channel. And honestly, I'm going to have quite a few granny hexagon cardigans And while I do have ideas for some, I would definitely like your input. So before I actually start this series, when they're all complete, or at least I have a decent enough stack, I might do another, what are we calling it? Hook around and find out, and just get all your opinions on ways that I could potentially customize the granny. I keep stumbling over the word granny hexagon cardigans. Maybe I should just say cardigan because you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'd like to get your input and maybe bounce some ideas off you guys, because if previous comments on other videos are anything to go by, a lot of you have some incredible ideas, and I hope you don't mind if I steal a couple. And while I've been working on this long-term project, I've actually been working on yet another one. It's been in development. It's been in development for about a year now. The last couple of months, I've really started to pick up the pace. I've been working on it a little bit more. And now, because it is June, it's crunch time. I want to start filming and editing because it's going to be a series in a similar vein to what I've done for like Easter and Christmas. It's going to be, I think, at least 7 or 8 videos over the course of a week. And that will be out, I think, around August. I don't want to give too many details away just yet. I want it to be a surprise because I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it will be a lot of fun. Just a bit of silly crochet nonsense that I like to do occasionally. I don't like to take myself too seriously. I like to have a good time on the channel. So it's just going to be, a bit of silly fun, which I hope you guys will enjoy. I'm really sitting here thinking about, I'm really trying very hard not to spill the beans right now. I want to tell you guys about this project. I'm so looking forward to creating this series. It's been on my mind for a while, but almost constantly, I'd say the last 3 or 4 months, and I've been really scared that I wasn't going to be able to get it done just because, again, those ongoing medical issues have limited how much crochet I can do. And yeah, that's certainly been a concern that I wasn't going to be able to finish it, but I'm hoping starting filming and editing a couple of months in advance will allow me to get it finished. Here's hoping. Even if I can get the majority of it done, I mean, I'll be happy with that. And while I'm on the subject of talking about large projects, I actually have another one in the works. You can't see it at the moment because I moved my camera, but you might have seen in the previous videos in this series a canvas sort of hanging out in the background over there. That is going to be my next big project, and it's another one I'm really looking forward to. I probably don't need to clarify that every time. I mean, why would I do a crochet project that I'm not excited for, that I don't really want to be doing? But a lot of work will have to go into that one. And to be honest, I've kind of put it off a little bit at the moment just because it's going to be such a big project with so many different parts that I'm a little bit intimidated. I don't really know where to start, and I'm worried I'm going to bugger it up because it's going to be one of those projects that is more of, while the majority of it is going to be crochet, it will have a lot of mixed media elements. And for some of the stuff that I want to do, it's one of those cases where you get one shot. If I bugger it up on the first go, that's it. It's done. So I need to get it right. And I do find that a little bit intimidating sometimes. But then on the flip side of that, if I do bugger it up, that gives me a chance to be creative because I'll have to figure out something else to do in place of the original idea. So it's not all bad, but even still, I don't want to bugger it up, but we'll have to wait and see. And I'm hoping to at least start on that next week because it's going to require a lot of crocheting, which is going to take me a while to finish. But also, I'll need to design like a tapestry crochet piece. It's going to be like a background for the scenario that I want to portray. Again, I know I'm being a little bit vague, but I just don't want to give too much away at this point. finished another round. I lost count, so I don't know what round I'm on, but I know I need to do 15 rounds. 15 rounds with this yarn and hook size. Let's count. Okay, I'm on round 10. So not too many rounds to go. I might do a little bit more of this, and then I'll have to have a break. And while we're discussing sort of larger crochet projects, there is another topic that I wanted to discuss, but I think I might save that for its own video because it's been on my mind quite a bit recently. What will happen occasionally is I'll get YouTube comments, and sometimes they seem to come in clusters. You'll get comments that are sort of similar in sentiment or nature, and every now and then I'll get some that they just stop and really make me think. And I had that happen to me a couple of weeks ago. Not in a bad way. They just sort of make me consider things that I've either haven't thought of myself or I just sort of take for granted. And yeah, it's just been on my mind. I think it's a topic I want to expand on a little bit more, and I don't want to make these videos run very long. So I think I'll keep it for its own separate hook around and find out video. We might do that next week. But it's sort of on the topic of the realities of crochet on YouTube and sort of what it takes to make crochet projects for YouTube, and just sort of the disparity between what people see and what goes on in the background. As I said, it's been on my mind a little bit, so I have some thoughts that I would like to share with you guys, and you probably have some thoughts too, which I hope you'll share with me. But I think we'll do that next week, because on top of just discussing that, I thought I might share with you my sort of outline for how I structure my projects and how I make it work with small projects, medium projects, larger projects, and yeah, how I go with filming, editing, how I arrange all that sort of stuff. I wasn't prepared for this topic today, if you can't tell, with all the rambling. But yeah, we'll do that next week. Although, to be fair, I did have a video idea in mind for next week already, but that doesn't really matter. I suppose I can just rearrange things as I see fit. As I said before, this series is supposed to be just nice and chill. I don't want to get too bogged down in the semantics. Go with the flow. I think that will do me for now. Time for a break. I really need to get a second camera going at some point, because it's not the most comfortable having to crochet like this, so you guys can at least see a little bit. But yeah, I need to get a top-down situation going here at some point. But that is really all I have for you today. I know I said we weren't going to do this today, but if you have any ideas for customizing the granny hexagon cardigans, please feel free to leave those down in the comments, and I will check those out. Because looking at the yarn that I've got, I'm probably going to have at least 6, possibly even 7 different granny square cardigans that I can customize. And so far, if I'm remembering correctly, I only have ideas for 3 or 4. 2 are very similar, so I don't know whether to count them as one idea or 2 separate ideas. But at the moment, we'll go with 3 or 4. But yeah, leave your ideas down in the comments. Thank you all very much for watching. I really am enjoying this more laid-back sort of series. It's nice to kind of just sit down and crochet and have a chat, and not have to worry about setting up the background, making sure the camera is set up properly, making sure my mic is working, just doing all those different things before I can actually film a quote-unquote proper video. I am liking this more chill approach. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video.